So I would like to you a little bit about the university and where we are, and then we will get into a bit more details about our programs and costs and other things that I know are interesting to all of you. But just first of all, zooming in here a little bit on the region so that you can see where Lund University is located. So we are in the south of Sweden, and Lund is a part of a region called the Greater Copenhagen region. And for those of you who are paying attention, you might be, well, wait a minute, Copenhagen is not in Sweden. And you're correct. It's it's the capital city in the neighboring country, Denmark. But this is a bigger area called Greater Copenhagen, and it includes actually Lund in Sweden, as well as Malmö in Sweden, which is the third largest city in Sweden, and also the capital of Denmark. And we are connected with a bridge, so it's very close. And we're also connected in many other ways because we have this dynamic region together. In this region, there are about 4 million inhabitants, about 10,500 researchers, 140,000 students. There are several science parks and incubators. This area is very much focused on innovation, on dynamic growth, and education. So you will understand that a bit more through the presentation here. And Lund University is actually located only 40 minutes from Copenhagen. So there's a bridge across there. So it's very easy to travel between the two countries as well. Zooming in a little bit more here on the actual university. So here are some key facts about Lund University. As you can see, we are a very old university. We were founded in 1666 already. And we have around 46,000 students, so it's also a very large university. We have about 8,400 staff members across the 9 faculties. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. And about 200 comprehensive university, which I will get to as well. So we will see all the subject areas that our faculties represent. Another key fact that's important to know if you're interested in studying abroad is that Lund University is consistently ranked as one of the top 100 universities in the world, if you look at the World University Ranking. And we are also the most popular choice in Sweden for international students and also actually for Swedish students. But now we're talking to international students specifically. As I already mentioned, we are a comprehensive university. So this means that we have a very wide range of research. And actually, Lund University, being such an old university, has a strong research focus. So all through the education, you will be taking an active part in the research, and you will be updated constantly on the newest innovations and research that's happening at the university. And even though we have 46,000 students, we actually put 2/3 of our budget into research. So that is our main focus area. And the students can very much participate in that as well. So if you are interested in studying a master's and continuing on later on to do research and to do a PhD, there are plenty of opportunities to do that. Here coming up. So we offer about 130 different master's degree programs that are completely taught in English. And we also have all of our PhD studies in English. So this is definitely the language that you will need if you want to come and study in Sweden at Lund University. So a lot of students are worried about this, thinking, do I need to speak Swedish and so on? And the answer is no. You can get by very, very well only on English. So again, looking into the international profile of the university, as I already mentioned here, everything is in English. This means that we also have a lot of international students coming to us. And around 46% of the PhD students at Lund University are actually international. And around 60% of the master students are international at our university. Talking a little bit more about the research, I already said that we have a very wide range of courses, and this is the same thing when it comes to research. Because we have 9 faculties and we are such a large-scale university, we offer one of the broadest research environments in Scandinavia, and also world-class research facilities. And there are many different examples of this. We have 30 world-leading research fields at our 9 faculties, but of some of the top research facilities that we have. So one of them is ESS, which is actually opening fully next year, and it's called the European Spallation Source. And this is something that will be used by European countries. So it's not a local thing. It's not just for Lund University, but it is actually European structure. And this will be the world-leading facility for neutron science. And they will be working a lot on materials and medicines as well. We also have the MAX4, which is already up and running, which is the world-leading synchrotron radiation laboratory. And that's more, of course, focused on science. But again, we do have all subject areas at the university. Medicon Village, which is a world-class infrastructure for life sciences. So this is an area where there are around 150 different companies and organizations and about 2,000 staff members working there within the life sciences. But again, we also have humanities, social sciences, business, and all other subject areas as well. I'm going to talk a little bit about PhD studies, as we know that some of you attending today are interested in pursuing a PhD. So all of the departments at Lund University offer PhD studies. This is a part of the structure at all departments. But it is a little bit different. I won't be able to show you a list of all the PhD programs we have, for example, and that is because studying for a PhD in Sweden is considered to be a job. So you actually a regular list of programs or a regular application round as it is for masters, but instead you apply to a specific position at a specific department where you want to work on your research. And you can read a little bit more about PhD studies and how it works and what the syllabi looks like and how you structure your studies on the web page that I've linked to here. And PhD students are, as I said, employed at the department. It is a job position, but you spend most of your time working on your own research. And then you also spend some time at the department doing either administrative work or teaching for the department. And then, of course, you also have some courses that you would go through these studies. So that is kind of the structure of PhD in Sweden. And if you are curious to see what kind of PhD positions are there, you can find them at this page here, where you will find the open vacancies right now. But again, this is like a job position, so that means that they are announced regularly. So what you find there today will be different than what you find there 6 months from now or 3 months from now. But it is possible to subscribe and get updates if you want to be updated on relevant positions for you. Also be aware that some departments only announce their positions certain time of the year. For example, in February, they might announce their positions for that whole year, and then they don't do a new announcement until the next year. And some do it only once a year. But these are good pages to start looking if you're interested specifically in PhD studies. And PhD studies in Sweden are 4 years. So that's also good to know. I'm going to move on to masters now. We also have a lot of students interested in master studies with us today, of course. So I also want to talk about that. As I mentioned earlier, we have around 130 international master's programs that are completely taught in English. Many of these programs are completely unique, so you won't find them anywhere else. And the reason for that is because the master's programs actually evolve from our research. I've already talked about that we're very focused on research. Different departments have been working together for a long time in their specific subject area, their specific research area. They might decide to start a master's program. So that's why you will find that many of our master's programs are interdisciplinary and have a very close connection to our research. And some of them are more common programs that you will find at other universities as well. So there's a mix. We have master's programs across all of our faculties as well. So in all subject areas that we represent, that we have at the university. And this is business, engineering, science, humanities, social sciences, law, medicine, art, environmental studies. So there's a wide range of programs. And I would encourage those of you who are interested in a master's to go to /programs. And there you will find the list of our programs. And just be aware that it is being updated now, any moment. I don't know if it's happening today or next week, but there will be an update happening very soon for the next application round, which is about to open. So that is why you might find some old information and some new information in a mix, but be patient. Within a week or so, everything should be updated there. And that brings me to this information, which is about when to apply for a master's at Lund University. And as I said, it's just about to start, open for the next application round. And that is for programs that are starting in August 2023. The application round is open from mid-October to mid-January. So that is the window when you can apply. We need all your documents by the 1st of February. And please be aware that we have a national system in Sweden. So everybody has to apply on the website universityadmissions.se. And this also means that the deadlines are very strict because they are for the whole country. So all your documents need to be there by the 1st of February if you want to apply in this round. The results will be announced by late March. And as I already said, the start date will be August or early September 2023. We're interested in applying to us. I know that many of you will be interested in knowing what does it cost, how does it work? So I'm going to talk a bit about that as well. So the tuition fees of our programs vary from program to program. So it's not one specific fee for all of our programs. Some programs start around $9,500 or $10,000 approximately. It's set in the Swedish currency, but I understand that that might be hard to translate if you're not familiar with that currency. So that's why I put it here in US dollars as well. Around $9,000 up to $20,000 per year for the more expensive programs where you need material like design programs are in the range $10,000 to $15,000 per year. And the master's programs are generally 2 years. We have a few programs that are also 1 year. The tuition fees are paid per semester in advance. So you pay for one semester and then the next semester after that. So if you're doing a 2-year program, that means that there will be 4 payments in total. When it comes to the living costs in Sweden, we recommend that you have roughly $900 per month to cover all your living expenses, such as housing, food, and books, and just other miscellaneous costs that you might have as a student. So this is also an important slide if you want to take a photo of it or write it down notes, because this is good to keep in mind when you're looking into your funding options. We do have our own scholarship program as well, the Lund University Global Scholarship. And everybody who is applying to a master's program is also welcome to apply for this scholarship. And the Lund University Global Scholarship can cover up to the full tuition fee, usually as a partial tuition fee scholarship. So most commonly, students might receive 25% or 50% or 75% or even 90% of the tuition fee if they are the top applicants to that program. And this is tuition fee only, and it is a merit-based and selective scholarship. There's also a national scholarship for professionals. And this is, like I said, a national application. So you apply to the program that you want to study first at the university where you want to study, and then you can separately apply for the national scholarship. And it is based on other criteria. So you would have to carefully look into the requirements at the Swedish Institute website. They do require some work experience, and they are looking for global future leaders. They will not look at your grades and your university transcripts. They will require other documents from you for that application. But these are two very good opportunities for funding, in addition to, of course, our hosts today, which is Pronabec. So you have a few options there to look into. And it's very important that you do apply for studies, but they haven't really made a plan for their funding. And then when they realize that they got admission, they don't really have the money they need to pay their tuition fees or their living costs. So we always recommend that students look into this very early and apply for many different options, because all of the scholarship and funding programs are very selective, and there's no guarantee that you would be selected. Therefore, make sure that you have a few backup plans. Right. I hope that was a quick and brief presentation, but I hope it was enough to get you to get some idea about what Lund University is all about. And you're very welcome to visit our website, lunduniversity.lu.se. Here you can find a lot of information, like how to apply. You can chat with our current students, even current students from different regions and different countries, and ask them about their experience. You can also learn more about our programs, of course, and student life and costs and all of these things that I've mentioned, and also a lot of things I didn't mention today. We also have a webpage for our upcoming events, so you can see when we will have other webinars and virtual fairs and so on, where you can ask more questions and also meet with us if you want more information. Hosting some subject-specific webinars later this fall, so if you want to meet the specific person who represents the program that you're interested in, we will also be having those kind of webinars. So I hope that was a bit of a teaser